I had a song, an empty bedroom, almost no budget, and 7 days to basically fake a Netflix production for a music video. Over the last few months, I've been working on my ambitious goal of becoming a rock star. Yeah, you heard that right. Not an astronaut, not an engineer, and not a doctor. A rock star. My parents are so proud. I just finished my very first song in the studio, but even the best songs in the world doesn't matter if no one hears it. And since I'm doing all this with no label, no budget and no connections, there's really only one shot left to get this out there. An epic music video, something that hits you right in the chest. Since I've had a dream of shooting my own music video for ages anyways, that's exactly what we're gonna do today. This is my first music video ever, so obviously I wanted this to be perfect. I wanted this to feel like a Hollywood production that could sit right next to the biggest artists out there. But as always, there's a catch. Every big artist out there has a full crew behind them. They shoot in film studios, they work with producers, stylists and directors. They have managers and labels checking every move, planning every detail. Professional music videos cost tens of thousands, sometimes even hundreds of thousands. Nothing is left to chance. And me, I've got duct tape and a disturbing amount of optimism. But no film studio, no expensive gear and no team. I've never even shot a music video before, and especially I don't have thousands of dollars. But I still believe that I can keep up with the biggest stars. I know it sounds impossible, but that's kind of the point. I don't just want to shoot a music video, I want to start a fucking revolution. I want to prove that rules doesn't matter anymore. I'm strongly convinced that great ideas beat big budgets, and to prove that, I want to shoot a Netflix-style music video in nothing less than a bedroom. The only question left is, how the hell? So I made a master plan. Every professional music video needs 3 key points. Let's break this down. First of all, you need a concept, an idea that sticks. I asked myself, if my life would be a music video, what would it look like? I wanted to show a side of me that no one's ever seen before. The song tells a story about toxic relationships, love and the feeling of losing your mind. So the video had to match that. Think of it like a diary you're definitely not supposed to read. It's like opening someone's browser history at 3 AM. Good luck unseeing it. Cause yeah, it definitely needs some sexual energy in it too. Cause this shit was toxic, but hard. So naturally I started collecting outfits that would make my grandma disown me. Not gonna lie, it's just so fucking dope to create the outfits for the models. Cause I can basically just create like my dream woman. It's just so much fun. The whole story should start normal, but as things goes on, things should get weirder, more intense, more chaotic. Just like love and just like the song. Next up, we needed a set where all of this takes place. Because we had only a beautiful, tragic amount of money and time, I came up with the idea of shooting the entire thing in a teenage bedroom. I wanted this to feel nostalgic. Why? Because that's where it all begins. A kid, a dream, and a bad decision waiting to happen. So I created a storyline and shot list that leads to the finale and the twist. Don't worry, we will talk about that later. But with that came the next problem. Where the hell do we shoot this? I don't have the money to rent a film studio or build a full-on set. My first idea was shoot it at home, but it was too small and didn't give me the childhood room vibe I wanted. So I started searching for Airbnbs. There was a whole mission on its own. It was impossible to find a room that looked like a teenager room. So I realized I had to build the entire set from scratch inside an Airbnb. I collected nostalgic items from strangers via eBay. It's a bit random, but do you have broken amps? I got an old TV, a broken amp, some action figures and ordered custom-made artists and movie posters to really create that chaotic teenager room look. But then I realized we can't just film in an Airbnb without permission, because this is their home. So I asked the owners if it was fine for them. Most of them directly declined. The others wanted hundreds of euros for a license. After a while we found one person who said yes without any extra cost. But there was another problem. The Airbnb was only available for a few days in the next week, so I only had a time frame of 7 days to organize the entire shoot. And up until this point, I was still completely alone. But one of the biggest lessons I learned recently, I can't do this all by myself. I needed a group of extraordinary people who could bring my vision to life. Let me introduce you to the crew. Moritz and Lukas are experts in camera and lighting.
They are the mechanists.
They don't blink, they don't miss a shot. Next up, to show the ups and downs of a toxic relationship, I needed some talented models. My exes somehow didn't want to do the job, so I asked some friends and they asked their friends and they asked their friends, until we found two amazing models.
Rafaela and Lau are code red and code black.
We needed chaos and beauty. They brought both, and some mild injuries. I had never met them before, but hey, you gotta take some risks. Last but not least, we needed a stylist. I wanted the characters to feel crazy, sexy and rebellious all at the same time. I needed a fashion expert to really bring the characters to life. Luckily, I was invited to a New Year's Eve party in Berlin, where I met Eva.
Eva is the architect.
Not only does she have the dopest style herself, but she also creates her own clothing. And that sparked another crazy idea in me. Anyway, I pitched Eva the concept of the music video and she was down immediately.
Wim is the madman. You tell him something is impossible and he answers,
challenge accepted. So that's it. The plan is set, the team is ready. All we need now is everything to go completely wrong. The night before the big shoot. I just recorded the final version of my song in the studio with Flo. Before I went to bed, I checked my emails again to see if the posters would arrive on time.
Fuck my life. We have a huge problem. I ordered these posters a week ago and now they say it should arrive on Friday, but originally it was planned to arrive on Monday. And we need it at least tomorrow on Wednesday, and I forgot to check it because I was just too focused on the song production, because we also have to finish the song to produce the music video for it. Now the song is almost finished, but we still don't have the posters and we definitely need them. It's the main part for the whole set. We need these posters to make it look like a teenager room.
If we didn't get the TV, the amp or any other prop, we could have filmed without it. But without the posters, the entire set would be a joke. So for the rest of the night, I rearranged the format of the posters and looked for same-day delivery options. But all of them cost hundreds if not thousands of euros. Money I didn't have. My perfect master plan started to fall apart. The next day I decided to ask in every single copy shop in Berlin if they could print the posters within a few hours. I drove around for a couple of hours and thank God I finally got them printed. But this cost us a few hours and me, my sleep. I arrived late at the Airbnb and we only had a few hours left to meet the team for the first time, explain the plan and transform the Airbnb into a childhood bedroom. So we started building the set. It's one of the most important things because this is the world where our characters live in. In combination with lighting, this creates this unforgettable vibe. We changed the interior almost completely. We put 1,000 posters and stickers all over the room, prepared Polaroids and even installed a fake window with duct tape. Every little detail helped to make this room feel less like an Airbnb and more like a nostalgic teenager's room from a high school movie. So hell yeah, we were ready to start shooting the next day. The plan was perfect, but I missed one little detail. Latinas always arrive late. Always. They can't do anything about it. It's in their DNA. I also didn't plan enough time for styling and makeup.
Was sagst du dazu?
Komm, ein bisschen dumm, weil wenn ich hier sitze, ich esse und schau mir das an.
We originally wanted to start shooting at 10 AM. We started at 1 PM. I thought having a team would make everything easier. Turns out it just gives you more things to lose control over. What I'm trying to say, until this point I built this little world in my head at home alone. But leading a team while acting myself, doing the creative direction, make sure the set and camera looks like I imagined it, and bringing every little detail together, that's something completely different. I think I understand now why they usually work with big teams to bring those complex music videos to life. But you know what? Fuck it. For the first shot, I wanted a very complicated 360-degree camera spin from the top. In professional productions, they usually use camera robots and custom studios for tens of thousands of dollars to get shots like these. But we didn't need that, because we had the mechanists.
This is how you don't have to do it. Don't do it like this. Please don't do it like this.
We needed about an hour just to figure out the construction and lighting, but somehow we ended up with this insane setup. And then you're not just doing a shot, you shoot countless takes until every little detail looks perfect. Next up, I wanted to show different stages of a toxic relationship. To do this, I came up with the creative idea where I appear in the frame multiple times. But I wanted to go even further. I wanted them to interact with each other, throwing a bra and a blade on myself. Sounds dope, but in reality, it's a nightmare. These kind of shots needed perfect timing, camera movement, position, and pure luck. We spent another 3 hours. All that for maybe 20 seconds in the final video.
You just take it out of my hand, the bottle, but don't smash it. It's the real one.
We smashed a sugar glass bottle, dropped water and make a giant mess. Again, literally for 5 seconds in the video. The more time passed, the more I realized it would be literally impossible to shoot the full music video in time.
We originally had a time schedule and we're right here with the shots, and usually it should be around 1 p.m. But somehow it's 7:30 p.m.
And we had shot less than 10% of the scenes. We were behind, but I was still convinced that if we just power through the day and night, we could make it work. So we tried to speed up. For the chorus, I finally wanted to show the world who I truly am and give them this true rockstar energy I dreamed about. Just pure chaos, bad decisions and a questionable amount of eyeliner. Through the artificial light, I had forgotten any sense of time. Everyone started getting tired and it was just really hard to keep the energy in these shots. It was an hour after midnight. I knew we were fucked. We didn't know how we would survive another day like this. So all we hoped was that we already got most of the shots and could start later tomorrow. I sent everyone home and checked the footage.
Yo, hey, sorry to bother you. I just wanted to check really quick. I just checked the footage and I just want to make sure, like, did you put a check mark on every shot we took? Nah, I think it can be true because, like, it says like that we have only 20% of the entire shot list. Are you sure? Like, can you double check, please? For real. Like, how? Like, we shot 12, 13 hours straight and still have like 80% of the shots left. Like we have only 1 day till checkout and we also have to clean this shit up. You know, like, how should we do this on time?
I wanted to make something perfect and now I don't even know if we can finish it. I did everything I could, worked at least 14 hours a day for the last week, planned every single detail, but it wasn't enough. Maybe I was chasing the wrong thing all along. You know, when I started this, I thought the goal was to prove that I could be like them, like Netflix, like Hollywood. Perfect, expensive, big. I wanted to prove this so badly that I almost forgot what I was trying to say. I didn't come here to fit in. I came here to break the fucking rules. I wanted to prove that great ideas outplay big budgets, and we still can do that. Because all these shots might look super sick, but in the end, most people don't give a shit. It's not about every shot being perfect. It's about every second being mine. Maybe we can't match the production value, but we can beat them at something way harder. Being real. We didn't have time for doubts. We had a story to finish.
No, should I scratch my back? Hopefully not.
I'm lost in my mind. My thoughts ready to kill me. You're not by my side. Just silence surrounds me. I'm lost in my mind.
Moritz, go for it.
Oh my god.
If you already know me and watched the series for a while, you know that every piece of art I create has some kind of twist in it. And I wanted to surprise the listener and the viewer by showing them what really drives me crazy. I wanted to show the feeling of a toxic relationship where you lose yourself, where everything around you doesn't make sense anymore, and you just become a different person, a complete psycho. To express that feeling visually, I needed a special outfit. I wanted to wear a straitjacket, but not any straitjacket. I wanted to wear a fucking Rockstar straitjacket. I had this idea clear in my mind. Something that screams rebellion, insanity and style all at once. The only problem, no one has ever did anything like this before. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. Luckily, I met Eva, the architect of the crew. So I hit her up and asked if she could design a custom-made Rockstar straitjacket for me. And she said,
"What the fuck, Will? But yeah, I can do that."
And finally, it was time to try it on for the very first time.
Casual Friday in Berlin.
And damn, it looked fucking insane. But wait, now you already know the twist. Okay, maybe I put a few more in it. To show how the voices in my head are getting louder, I wanted to end it with a big pillow fight with the girls. I don't know why, guys, I just thought it would be fun. It was a hell of a pain to clean the Airbnb and also my apartment for a fucking 1 second shot, but after all, we ended up with an epic music video no one but us could have created. And when I looked at what we built, I realized something way more important than just finishing it. My superpower is not being the best storyteller, the best musician or the best actor. My superpower is that I have all of that. This series will get way bigger than I ever imagined. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the notification and all the shit if you don't want to miss it. And if you're new to this series, make sure you watch from episode 1 so you don't miss any important detail. And now you have to decide if this is
one of the best videos of all time.